What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. Welcome back to another awesome episode here today. We are about a week and 1 day away from Halloween itself, and I really recommend you guys to go on ahead and just enjoy the Halloween spirit, enjoy the Halloween, countdown, because so far, it's been really good. You had The Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead, you had brand new movies come out, you had the AMC Network, you had HBO, Showtime showcasing all these awesome horror movies from the past, you have Trick or Treat, so many awesome stuff, so many awesome games scheduled to release in about maybe I'd say about 2 to 3 weeks. So many awesome things, guys. Welcome back to another episode. I've gotten so many questions within the last week and a half. It's just so freaking hard to just pick out and just grab every question possible because there's just so many questions, and I really hope you guys understand that I will get to your question eventually because there are so many people asking me so many different things that it's just hard to scramble up and just grab everybody and just just try to get everything done at once. So anyways, guys, once again, I hope you guys had a wonderful week. The weather is starting to die off, sadly. I mean, it's just you can feel winter just creeping up right behind you. The holiday season is amongst us, guys, which means all these advertisements on, TV commercials and stuff for you guys to go on ahead and purchase the new Macy's, giveaway sale and all this crap. So, a lot of things coming, guys, by the way, including more gameplay videos from Black Ops 3, Star Wars Battlefront 3, WWE 2K16, Fallout 4, and everything in between, Need for Speed, more Dragon Ball Z, more Dragon Block C, Xenoverse, and a whole bunch of awesome stuff, guys. So let's begin with today. Before I begin, guys, if you guys haven't checked out my second channel, check out UnrealEnt Network. You will not be disappointed. So much awesome stuff on there, guys. So let's begin with our very first question of the week, and it is from Lewis. Hey there, Alex. You've gotten me into the spirit of Halloween. I just wanted to say I hope you have a great week as well. Well, thank you. All right, question number 1. How was your summer this year? Was it better than last year's? Question number 2. What is the one thing you would love to see be included in next year's Dragon Ball Z game? Question 3. Favorite Halloween movies to watch during Halloween week? Question 4. What did you do last year for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and how will it be different this year? Question 5. For the winter, are you planning on bulking up or shredding up? Well, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Now, to answer your first question, summer this year was a lot better than last year's. Last year, I didn't really do anything. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't really do, well, I mean, I went to the beach, but I only went once. Last year was very, very boring. All I did was go to work, I came home, and that was pretty much it. This year, however, was very different. I had a very good time with my friends. I had a very good time going to the beach, going to comic stores, traveling all around my friends, wrestling all over. I mean, that was a great experience in and of itself. So, my summer this year, I would say was very, very, very good. I mean, a lot better than 2014's, that's for sure. Couldn't it have been better? Of course it can. But that's why I am trying to make plans ahead for next year, because I'm actually looking forward to taking more time off next year and just enjoying the simple things, because quite frankly there were certain things that I didn't get to do this year that I really wanted to do, but nonetheless, I mean, 2015 was a lot better in terms of summer than last year's. But I mean, let me know in the comment section below about your summers, because during my beach vlogs, I asked you guys what exactly some of you guys were doing this summer, and as I was reading your comments, I was just really? Some of you guys had a really, really terrific summer, where other people were just at home, not doing anything at all. And I think that when the opportunity presents itself, you want to just, get out there and do more things and experience life just a little bit, because you do want to have some sort of memory and experience to go along with your journey, because then you have stories to tell later on down the road. And this year, for me at least, I had a very decent summer. I was out with my friends. I was going to the beach like crazy, just driving around and just having a good time, and I think that's what's important. Last year, I was cooped up in the house. I didn't really do anything. I must have went to the beach once, and that was it. I ate some barbecue and I stood home for the entire time, aside from traveling to go wrestle. So that was pretty much that. So to answer your second question, what would I, including everybody, would want to see in a Dragon Ball Z game the most? For me at least, I would love to see more custom character creation options. I would love it to where I can add the M logo from Babidi onto my character, making him like a Majin. I would like to have a different, option to create different aura colors, different electricity colors. I want, instead of shooting out a blue Kamehameha, maybe I want it to be green, maybe I want it to be red, orange, white, black. I want to be able to customize my character's clothing fully. If I want to wear Goku's gi, I want to be able to change it up, perhaps maybe make it red, black, you know, orange and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. Pants color, shoes color, wristband color, whatever I want to include on my character, I really want that option, because I felt as if Xenoverse had a very good selective option to a certain extent, and then they just went on ahead to just, you know, limit the players in an essence, because they allowed it to where you weren't able to do as much as you would want. And I think that kind of took away, because virtually almost, you know, every single person had like the same character, because as soon as Super Saiyan God came out, as soon as Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan came out as well, people were changing their colors to, like, you know, fiery red and aqua blue and stuff like that. I mean, I did it myself as well, but there were certain options, there were certain things that I saw in the character creation model where I saw certain clothing pieces that I would really like to wear, but I didn't like the color to it. I wish I had to, you know, change the colors to that, and that would have been much easier for me, because then I would have fully perfected my, you know, custom made character. So I think by adding more creation options, tools that can, you know, allow us to sculpt how we want our characters to look like, I would also say different hair. Give us more hair, you know, like different options for hair, because there were certain people that, you know, would always wear the same exact, you know, hairstyle. I mean, I wish they gave us the tool case to where we can actually make our hair longer, shorter, you know, what kind of strips we want longer than the others. They didn't give us the Super Saiyan 4 option hair. They didn't give us the Super Saiyan 3 option hair. You know, they just gave us like some regular default Yamcha Gohan hair, and that to me was kind of upsetting. So I would definitely want to see more character creation options than ever before in the next game as well. So to answer your third question, favorite Halloween movies to watch during Halloween week, well, I remember answering this question, a similar question to this, like last year, so it hasn't really changed this year as much. I would have to say Trick or Treat is definitely a movie that I would say to go watch on Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween series, Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and all that kind of stuff, like those would be the movies that I would recommend. Definitely, because I mean, not the Rob Zombie versions, because the Rob Zombie versions to me suck. So I would have to say the original John Carpenter Halloweens 1, 2, 4, and 5. Trick or Treat, of course. The Conjuring is also a very good movie to watch. Another Halloween movie would be, well, if you're thinking more along the lines of like teenage/kids, I would say Hocus Pocus is definitely another one. The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror specials, those are always great. The originals actually were freaking fantastic. Aside from that, I would say Paranormal Activity 1 and 2. I would say Evil Dead. I would probably say, you know, like probably options along those routes. Those would be the movies, at least for me, that I would watch during that week. To answer your fourth question, alright, so what did I do last year for Thanksgiving? Last year of Thanksgiving, I spent it with my ex-girlfriend, Kelsey. I was with her. She's an incredible girl. She's still my friend. We ended off on a very good note, but I spent last year's Thanksgiving with her. For Christmas last year, I believe I did nothing. I was just home, and I didn't really get to do shit. I probably overslept, and that was pretty much that. So Christmas was kind of boring. New Year's, I wanted Kelsey to be there. I wanted Jessica to be there, Justin, Omar. But last year's New Year's was alright, because the New Year's prior to that was really fun with everybody being in my house, and then all of us just having a good time. But last year's New Year's was alright, because it was just me and Justin before he had to go to Florida. This year, however, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna be doing for Thanksgiving or Christmas. But for New Year's, I am planning on doing something different, hanging out with everybody, just having a good time. Hopefully, I'm going to drink my ass off and probably get drunk and just have a good time, because I don't normally drink, but when I do, it's definitely around New Year's time. And to answer your final question, what am I planning on doing? Well, honestly, wintertime is normally good for bulking up, so I think I'm going to bulk up for sure rather than just shred up, because I tried doing that during the summer, and it pretty much like messed me up a little bit, like, because when you go from bulking to shredding, your eating habits change, the way you train changes, and For winter of this year, I'm actually planning on putting on more size than ever before. So the whole shredding option is definitely out the mix. So I'm going to have to go with bulking. So once again, Mr. Lewis, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very awesome day, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Jose. Alex, fan mail time. Thanks for bringing it back. No problem, man. Question number 1, I believe. Does Raikon ever encounter Beerus and Whis? Question number 2, what are your thoughts on Goku versus Superman 3rd rematch? Question number 3, what will be the first thing you'll do in Black Ops 3 Zombies? Question number 4, thoughts on Black Ops 3 Zombies? Question number 5, Super Saiyan 4 Raikon is equal to Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. So how does Vegito win? And finally, your final question, what are your thoughts on Paranormal Activity coming next week? Thanks, Alex. Thank you, Jose. To answer your first question, I will just sum this up the best way I can. During the battle between Super Saiyan 4 Raikon and Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, although it is a very heavily engaging battle, and the battle is very, very ferocious, Raikon does encounter Beerus and Whis. Needless to say, let's just say that Beerus and Whis were watching the entire time as Super Saiyan 3 Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Raikon waged war. They do encounter Raikon. I'm not going to say at what point or, you know, what the circumstances are, but Raikon does encounter the God of Destruction, and let's just say there is a very interesting interaction between both Beerus and Raikon. So, but to answer that first question, yes, he does. To answer your second question, alright, so I think the whole debate between Goku versus Superman again is just over and done with. I don't think we're ever going to see a third rematch. If by some chance, if hell freezes over and if there is a third possible rematch, Goku's going to lose again. There is no chance that Goku has in defeating Superman. That right there just goes to show that, you know, even after what we saw during the second battle between Super Saiyan God Goku and Superman 52, Superman 52 is proven to be almost unbeatable. Like, he is a god amongst men. So for there to be a third battle, I don't think that it would make sense, because how like, what would Goku be able to do this time that would allow him to overcome his obstacles and chances of winning this time around? You know, it's virtually impossible. I still say that, you know, Superman's greatest opponent would be Whis. Whis seems like the type of person that would give Superman such a great fight, and I think Whis versus Superman would tell the story that needs to be told in terms of it being such a ferocious and epic battle. So my thoughts on Goku versus Superman happening again, I really, really highly doubt that. To answer your third question, what will be the first thing I do in Black Ops 3 Zombies? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is pretty much explore the maps. I want to see how Black Ops 3 functions in terms of zombies, because we saw how Exo Zombies function, we saw how everything else functioned, you know, before that. But now we're going back, I believe, to the 30s or the 40s, with the very first, you know, Black Ops 3 map being a throwback map. So I think it's going to be very good, because we don't have all that futuristic garbage, and we get to just execute the way we want to execute things in a very old-fashioned manner of style. So there are going to be Easter eggs, there are going to be a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be happening. So the first thing I'm going to do is just pretty much play with Paul, Sean, Aaron, and anybody out there. I am inviting anybody who wants to play Black Ops 3 Zombies with me on the PS4. Let me know in the comment section below, because here's the deal, right? When I get the game, I'm obviously going to be playing multiplayer and stuff like that, but whoever wants to play zombies, let me know if you guys have me added. Here's the thing, if you guys see me create a lobby, just simply join. You guys don't have to ask me, just join. I will play with anybody who wants to get a game of zombies going, or multiplayer. I'm actually planning on hosting multiple lobbies, as I did for Advanced Warfare. There were a few people that happened to join last time, so whoever wants to play zombies, let me know in the comment section below, and just simply join the game when it happens. If you guys want to just go toe-to-toe with zombies, or if you guys want to go on ahead and go to multiplayer and just have a good time, just let me know, and we'll do that. So, but the very first thing I'm going to do when Black Ops 3 comes out, of course, I'm going to do multiplayer a little bit, and then I'm going to hop right into zombies. And to answer your follow-up question, Black Ops 3 Zombies, Black Ops 3 Zombies, in my opinion, is going to be so much better than Exo Zombies. Exo Zombies tried, Exo Zombies succeeded to a certain degree, but I don't think, you know, Exo Zombies is going to compare to Black Ops 3 Zombies. Black Ops 3 Zombies looks very good with all the Pack-a-Punch and perk machines coming back. It's just going to be really monumental, and we have new bosses, new maps. It's going to be really, really great. So I personally cannot wait to see what they're going to do. Just very excited about that, especially. To answer your, I believe it's 5th question, I can't really tell you how Vegito wins, but I will say this: Raikon's power just maxes out completely. He gets to a point where his power reverts, you know, back to his original base form, and it begins to transcend in a reversed form. So that means instead of him getting stronger, his powers, you know, virtually hit its limits and then decrease rapidly back into his base form. And Vegito executes a very powerful attack, and Raikon survives. And the way that goes about is going to be explained further, but needless to say, Vegito wins in a very in a very unpredictable manner. And to answer your final question, Paranormal Activity, well, being that it's the final movie in the series, I really want to see how they're going to execute the movie. I want to see how they're going to predicate with using all the characters and stuff. So I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be very fun to see how everything ties in. And I just can't wait to see the ending, because I really want to know how they're finally going to end off everything with, you know, having to be with Katie and Christy and all this shit that's been happening in the last couple of years in Paranormal Activity. So but anyways, Mr. Jose, thank you for your questions, my friend, and I hope you have a very awesome day, bro. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Alex Yo. Question number 1. Let's keep it real, son. Who are some of the baddest bitches you fucked? Wow, man, that is straightforward. Don't front, because you are a good-looking dude, so what's the deal? Oh, man. I can't believe I'm really getting into this. Question number 2. Worst sex experience you've ever had? Question 3. Baddest bitch you've ever smashed? Question 4, worst heartbreak. That's a good one. Question 5, best relationship you've ever had. Question 6, tits or ass, bruh. Question 7, name 3 celebrities that you'd smash. Well, thank you, Mr. Alexio. Damn, yo. All right, well, to answer your first question, I don't really know how to answer this. It's not like anybody would know how they look like or who they are, but I would say, if I had to pick a year, right, of it being like the year of the baddest bitches that I've, you know, done business with, I would say it was probably last year. Last year was a year where the dogs were let loose out of the cage. But there were a few females that I would say were absolutely just mesmerizingly gorgeous. I couldn't even believe myself in what I landed on. I was like, oh my god, like, this is really happening. But needless to say, there have been a few. If I had to name some, I would say 2 of them that I would name right off the bat were a girl named Brianna and another girl named Alejandra. She was great. They were both awesome. I swear to God, they seemed as if they popped out of magazines. That's how great looking they were. Then there were other ones too. There was another one, Gabriella. I mean, there were quite a few. I mean, I'm not trying to say that every single girl was a model or model type, but you know, just needless to say, there have been a few. To answer your second question, worst sex experience I've ever had. Well, I would say that would have been my very first time ever having sex. It was like the worst thing in the world. I think every single person can relate to that. When you first begin to, you know, engage in sexual activity, you really don't know what you're doing. You're really nervous because you don't know what to do, how to go about things. So I would say my worst sex experience would have been with, you know, the girl that I was with when I first lost my virginity a long time ago. It was just so bad because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was really nervous, and it was in the middle of winter in her basement, and it was like freezing cold. You could see the snow piling up on the window. It was just freaking, it was ridiculous, and we were like on the floor with like one little towel, and it was just, it was very insane. Another like really bad experience that I say I would have would be with a girl named Charlene. She was just terrible. I mean, I remember like once it was all over, I was like, oh my god, I can't get back all of the time that I just wasted here. It was just absurdly horrible. The way she was doing things, the way I was just there. I was like, man, this is really like not happening. This is like so bad. But needless to say, I don't think it gets any worse than my first time ever. So, to answer your third question, baddest bitch I've ever had intercourse with. Well, that's a good question. That is a very good question. I would say probably a girl named Jasenia, or like I said, that girl named Brianna. Those two are definitely great. Along with Alejandra, she was amazing too. But that's really hard to say because I don't know what you're basing this question off of. I mean, they were all beautiful in their own respects, so I would have to go as far as to say that. To answer your fourth question, worst heartbreak, man. I think it was this girl named Alyssa. She was a total bitch and still is. I think she lives in Florida right now, but she is possibly one of the worst people I've ever come across with. She pretty much led me on. She used me to pay off her bills and stuff. It was just one of those situations where I thought I had hope, and then she completely just, you know, took all of my, you know, hard work and all of my dedication for granted, and she ended up getting back with her ex-boyfriend and just, you know, having a child and stuff. And it was just so bad because I never really I never knew what I did wrong. But in that respect, you know, she had more history with him than she did with me. But I was always the one to make her laugh. I was always the one to, you know, brighten her up her day. And she pretty much turned her back on me, and it was one of the worst things ever because I felt so used and I felt so alone and like such shit because I never knew what I did wrong because I would always treat this girl with respect. I would always do everything that she asked for. I would always be there for her when she needed it. And essentially she just pretty much gave up on me just like that. And I remember she used me for a few things, and I'll never forget it. And if I ever come across her, I swear to God, there better be like some sort of deity up there that prevents me from like just attacking her, because I would Kamehameha wave her through a building. That's how bad it is. But I really hope I never come across her again. She is the phoniest person I've ever seen in my entire life, and just a very slutty person nonetheless. I remember she cheated on her ex-boyfriend a long time ago with a bunch of people from school. It was just really bad. So if I ever come across her again, I really hope that's not the case, because I would be at a loss for words. I'd probably just end up like just raging, like just turning into a Super Saiyan God and just like unleashing like my fury on her. But that was definitely one. There have been quite a few more, but like nothing I think as bad as that one. So to answer your fifth question, best relationship I've had, I would say it was either with Kelsey, or I would say it was with a girl that I was with back during my sophomore / junior years of high school. Kelsey was a great girl. I mean, she still is. I still keep in touch with her whenever I can. She's a great person overall. And we just ended off on a very good note. And I would say her, because she always, you know, did things to make me laugh. She always did things that pretty much made me feel appreciated. So I've been single for such a long time now, but needless to say, I would have to say Kelsey was probably the best one if I had to narrow it down to that specific. To answer your sixth question, alright, well, since I'm being asked this question, I want to ask all my gentlemen out there, are you people more of an ass guy or a titties guy? Let me know in the comment section below, because for me personally, I am more of an ass guy, because there's only so much you can do with, you know, titties. So I would say I am more of an ass person, because there's a lot you can do with that, and, you know, like, even on a very dull day, you have more to look at, and you have more to just, you know, use your imagination for. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, breasts and whatnot, but I would say, for me at least, in my opinion, I'm more of an ass man. So, and to answer your final question, 3 celebrity girls that I would love to have sex with. Well, I would have to say, I forgot her name, but she was in the Lord of the Ring movies. Oh, not the Lord of the Ring movies, the Hobbit movies. She played, I think, the elf. I forgot her name, but she would definitely be #1 on my list. If you go watch The Hobbit, she was the woman with the long blonde hair. I think she was an elf. I'm not entirely too sure, but I would have to say her for sure. Another girl I would say would be the main character for Insidious 3, the girl that broke her leg. I think she is very gorgeous in and of itself, so I would have to say her as well. And last but not least, I would say Scarlett Johansson, because why the hell not? It's Scarlett Johansson. Who wouldn't want to, you know, say they were with the Black Widow? So, anyways, Mr. Alex, thank you for the questions, man, and I hope you have a very, very awesome day, my friend. And now, moving on to the next question, which is from Brenda Rodriguez. Hey, Alex, hope you answer this question. Number 1, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Beerus, and Whis versus Exodia, Mewtwo, and the God cards. Who would win? Oh, that's a good one. Question number 2, would you rather see Goku turn Super Saiyan 5 or see him become fused with someone forever? And lastly, question number 3, Raikon versus Beerus, who would win? Well, thank you for the questions. Now, to answer your first question, that is hard. It is very hard. Alright, so on one side, we have Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Beerus, and Whis versus Exodia, Mewtwo, Slifer the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, and the Wind Dragon of Ra. That is hard. I would say the Z fighters along with Beerus and Whis would win, because Whis has the ability to revert time, and Whis and Beerus, well, at least Whis is able to move in motion where he pretty much doesn't have to think in order to fight. So that gives him the distinct advantage on bringing the fight to the other characters, because he could be able to take on everybody without having to think twice about what to do. So I think Mewtwo is possibly the wild card, because he has, you know, telekinesis powers, and he has, you know, telepathical abilities where he could just slow down our, you know, Z fighters into doing stuff. You know, like he is very powerful. Mewtwo is very, very powerful. Some people may look at Mewtwo and say, oh my god, you know, like one Kamehameha wave and he's done. Well, actually, I think Mewtwo would be able to revert that Kamehameha wave back at Goku, the Big Bang back at Vegeta, and, you know, Gohan's Kamehameha back at him. Mewtwo does possess a lot of, you know, unique abilities and, you know, skill sets that would make him very dangerous. But in the end, going up against somebody like Whis and Beerus, I think he'll be taken out really easily. The most powerful person or card, or I guess you could say, would be Exodia. So watching Exodia fight would be pretty cool, but I think he too will be destroyed. So to answer your second question, actually, I would like to see Goku become more of a Super Saiyan 5 than anything else, because I think that if he fuses with somebody, that would be the end of Goku forever. I mean, I don't think we'd ever get to see Goku ever again, due to the fact that he'd be permanently stuck with somebody. So why see that when we can see Goku become a Super Saiyan 5 and level anybody who virtually steps up against him? So for me, at least, I would have to say Goku turns Super Saiyan 5, because even though Super Saiyan 5 isn't really real and Super Saiyan 5 doesn't really exist, it'll be really cool to see that. So, and to answer your third question, Raikon versus Beerus, I think Beerus would win. Raikon, you know, even in his Super Saiyan 4 format, would lose. I think that Raikon in a Super Saiyan 4 format would give Beerus a slight fight. I think Raikon would definitely be able to land a couple of shots into Beerus, but in the end, Beerus wins because he is a god. So once again, Brenda, thank you for your questions, and I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Fan Mail of the Week. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all the latest news, information, updates, and fan mail. If you guys have questions of your own, drop them in the comment section below, and I will try my best to get back to everybody. If you guys have video format questions, link it to me, and I will try my best to answer that for you. It's much easier. And once again, guys, thank you all for watching. Check out UnrealEnt Network, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.